This video is for problems 10 and 11 from the Chapter 3 quiz review. The directions state, for each scenario, first write the exponential equation that models the situation. Number 10 says, a substance decreases by 20% every month. How much of a 35-gram substance will remain after 2 years? So we're talking about exponentials. We're looking at, on this one, y is equal to a times b to the power of x. We know that a is our starting value, b is our multiplier. So since we said that our substance is decreasing by 20% every month, okay, so we're losing 20% of 100. So that means we are retaining 80% each month, which would make our multiplier 0.8, right? That's our b value. Please stop. Please. I will play with you when I'm done. Stop. No. Go away. Go be a good kitty. All right, so 35 grams would have to be our starting value. Okay, then we're going to look at setting it up here. Remember, it's losing 20% every month, but they're asking us how much we're going to have left after 2 years. So we'll start out here, y is equal to, we'll start with our 35 grams. Each month, we're still going to have 80% of it left, right? And since we're talking about losing that 80% every month over 2 years, we know that 2 years, I'm so sorry, is equal to 24 months. So we're going to raise that to the 24th power. Then you can get out your handy dandy calculator, and I'm going to just do it on the side, but you can do it on yours. And when you do it, you should end up with 0.1653. I don't think it matches the answer key. I think it might be one decimal place short, but we're going to go to 4 decimal places. So we have 0.1653 grams. And that is our answer for number 10. Now let's look at number 11. I love you too. Be a good boy. All right, so a fresh sample of barium-122 weighing 80 grams was obtained for an experiment. The table below shows the amount of barium remaining in the sample over time. So you'll see the table here. It looks like it's growing by 2 minutes each time, right? Like our inputs. And then our outputs here, or the amount of grams we have, is decreasing by half each time, right? So we could probably fill in these boxes here. We know right here this would have to be 5, and then right at here this would be 2.5. So the first question, letter A, says, what is the half-life of a substance? Well, remember, the half-life is talking about how much time it takes for it to decompose by half. And in this case here, we could say that would be 2 minutes. Yes, that's right. Don't tell us it's wrong. Okay, then letter B says, if it takes 10 minutes to set up the experiment, how much barium will be left when the experiment begins? I guess that we kind of already answered that. That's looking at it over here, right? We'd have 2.5 grams. And now it says, write the equation that models the data. So we'll start out with, you can use function notation if you'd like to, or you can use y. I'm going to say y equals, right? So it looks like we're starting, right, with 80 grams. So we'll say 80. And we know it's a half-life, so it's going down by half. So our multiplier is 1/2, or 0.5 if you want to. Okay, and then what we now have to make sure we're paying attention to here is, right, this is like our 0th term. This is like our 1st term, our 2nd term, 3rd term, 4th, 5th, and so on, right? So what are we doing to get from here to here, right? We're multiplying by 2 each time. So when you think about it, if we're multiplying by 2 up here in our table, then our equation is going to kind of give us the opposite or the inverse, right? So if we're multiplying by 2 there, that means our x values in our equation are going to be divided by 2. So we'll say x or t divided by 2. And I'll use t since we're talking about time here. Say t divided by 2. Okay, how can we check that if we're not sure, right? Well, if we took it and let's just choose a point, right? Let's just choose a point, any one of them there. Let's do, how about this one, the point 420? If I take 4 and I plug it in, right, it'd be y is equal to 80 times 1/2 raised to the power of 4 divided by 2. Well, 4 divided by 2 is going to be 2. 1/2 to that second power. Suddenly my pen doesn't want to write. That's really weird. So 1/2 to the second power we know is going to be 1/4. Why is it not writing? I really don't write that bad. I'm sorry. So 80 times 1/4 though is going to be 20, right? And you see that was our output up there. So that's just one easy way you can check it. Let's jump down to D before my pen stops working completely. How many grams will be left after 18 minutes? It says, when will the substance be gone? Okay, so let's deal with the 18 minutes first. We're going to say y is equal to 80 times 1/2 raised to the power of 18 divided by 2. So that means it's going to go through 9 half-life cycles, right? And so you can just use your calculator to come up with that. So I'm going to do it on the side, but we've got 80 times, you should have a 0.5 raised to the 9th power. And that should be about 0.15625. I'm just going to give you the whole answer. So we have 0.15625, and that would be grams. And then it says, when will the substance be gone? Well, if it's constantly just going to cut in half, right? There's no way to cut something in half and then end up with 0 if you didn't start with 0. So in this case here, we would say never, right? It's never going to be completely gone because you can always continue to cut things in half. All right, so those are problems 10 and 11 from the Chapter 3 quiz review. If you have additional questions, please make sure you reach out. Thanks for watching.